Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Right on, and welcome to Music Study Part 2. And tonight, my special guests are Jason and Leslie of the Sweetest Condition. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Very, very pumped because, man, the newest album, We Defy Oblivion, and the last one was really cool. And thank you so much for singing along to us. And, you know, let's get started here. Okay, first and foremost, the name. Where did the name come from?
The name of the new album, We Defy Oblivion, actually came from a podcast chat that I had with one of our friends from another radio station. I think it was Eclectic Fusion. And we were just chatting back and forth, and I don't know where that phrase came up, but as soon as I saw it on the chat post, I was like, okay, I'm borrowing that for, for the new album name. It's awesome. I think it really sums up kind of like the state of the world that we're in right now and how a lot of people are feeling kind of fearful and helpless, but really, you know, there's so much hope, and we need to all join together and just band together and keep fighting for what's right, in my eyes.
Jason, you can add to that or no?
Sorry, I didn't want
No, absolutely. I mean, just the whole overcoming and just defying all the obstacles that are against us all the time. I mean, it just really summed up just the overall tone of the album, I think.
Well, right on. You know what? And especially with obviously the recent vote election, you know, it's been talked about on both sides of the border. And I mentioned this in part one as well, that it was incredible to me and a lot of people that the biggest talk was the fact that the Canadian immigration site was overflooded and crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And you know what I was saying too is like I had a lot of friends asking, can we come live with you? Or how do you get over? You know, and I have a friend, a very close friend of mine. We've been friends for, oh my God, like probably about 20 years. And we met initially when our family's vacation at a certain spot for a while in Maine, actually. In a place called Ocean Park. So it's kind of like a resort area sort of deal. Anyways, point being is we met there. We kept in touch for years. And then the first post I got on Facebook was, can I come live with you? That's so cool. Yeah, by all means, come on over if you can manage it.
Hey, I've got my passport, so.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, you know, and it's just one of those things. I mean, I'm not going to turn this into a whole political hubbub because this could go on forever, and we could talk about stuff that are blue in the face, so we're not going to talk about that. So let's get back over to the music. And so first off, how did you guys initially get together? Like, how did you guys come up with this concept of like this industrial kind of electric pop kind of fusion duo?
Actually, a couple years ago, we were in another band together, Irene and Reed, which was more like a kind of like a Tori Amos, Fiona Apple feel type. Just me on the piano, Leslie singing, and we were in rehearsal, and we thought, you know, let's try something else, and we just started writing, and we threw together a song, and it kind of went back to where we initially met, which was in a goth club. So we wrote an industrial song in like 20 minutes, and then we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, let's do this because this is what we really love. So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to write that song. It was actually Watch You Fall, which was on our first album, and I think you guys have played that a few times.
Yes, we have, absolutely. Well, it's always interesting to me of how these things develop, because sometimes it can come out of come out of left field, right? Where it's all been like rock pop, and all of a sudden now it's synth, electro. Let's do this. Let's do industrial and sort of thing sounding. And a buddy of mine, unfortunately, couldn't join us tonight, is Mike G, who's been a part of a few NMSs with your guys' songs, and we've compared you, Leslie, to Amy Lee, which is a very just to say the least. And it was kind of ironic, because when I was thinking about it the other day, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'll see if I can ask them for this weekend for NMS. And when I was thinking about that, lo and behold, what comes on? It's it's Evanescence.
Oh wow!
So I was like, okay, well, it's like perfect time. It's like I'm gonna email Leslie in a few hours, because there's an hour difference, and this is only about 4 a.m. because I'm on my overnight, right? So it's fairly early. Even though I won't wake you up, it's like, no, I'll just wait.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate all the support that your show has given us, and we actually saw Evanescence recently. They performed in Nashville, of all places, so it was cool to see Amy Lee live.
Right on. And you know what? The thing I noticed too is for your birthday, you got a chance to meet some of the Trailer Park Boys.
Yes.
Absolutely, we love the Trailer Park Boys, so we're Canadian fans for sure.
And you know what? It's so funny. So I was like, that's awesome, because what? I've been watching the new seasons on Netflix, and J-Rock's officially dropped out, but it's such a Canadian staple too as well, and when you talk about certain things, and especially the funniest things ever, and it always cracks me up, it's Ricky-isms.
Yes, and Leahy-isms too, I guess.
Randy.
So yeah, we got to see Leahy and Randy.
Yeah.
Leahy and Randy they did another show last year, which was really awesome, and we got to meet them after the show, and that was a lot of fun.
Right on. Well, that's definitely one of my favorite shows, because you can just sit there and laugh. And it's one of those things. Doesn't matter how many times you see it, it just makes you crack up. And some of the new Ricky-isms, man, when the ninth season first came out, were just killing me with his fish. Was it Goldie?
Yes, Goldie.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Just water under the fridge? It's like, oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're getting good again. So, okay, I've sidetracked enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to one of my favorite songs off the new album called We Defy Oblivion. And we're going to get to the first song here called Burn This City. Dig this, Sweetest Condition.
You watch me strip down. I show you all my scars. Peel back the layers of the years I can't get back. You watch me suffer. I feel alone inside my skin. Don't judge the
Burn This City, the Sweetest Condition off their newest album, We Defy Oblivion. Now, first question about this song is just the composure of the song. Where did you guys come up with this? Like, what was it, the draw of inspiration for the song?
For me, lyrically, I would say that I was wrestling with some past demons, and it's really about the fact that sometimes you just have to burn some bridges to rebuild yourself and to really reinvent who you are. That's probably the gist of the song for me, and Jason can speak to the music.
I just wrote an aggressive track, and I'll be honest, Leslie takes it from there and really develops it into the creature that it becomes. So.
The creature.
So, creature, beast, let's get to it. Like, what's the nitty gritty of the song composers in general?
Of how I compose it, I mean, I don't know, it's different for each song. I mean, sometimes I'll start with like a drum riff that's going to really drive it, and other times it might be a bass riff or just a sound that I'm playing around with, and it just kind of grows from there, and it's like it just kind of builds on itself. So.
Now, between the first album and this album, did you guys have like a theme going, or just an idea of what the album was supposed to be like, or was it just kind of like on the go?
We were actually talking about this earlier, and we remembered that a lot of these songs were written at the same time as the first album, actually. We just kind of spent a few months just writing as many songs as we could and just being creative. And what we did was we grouped together like songs and songs that kind of went with the same mood. And so all the harder, industrial, angrier, aggressive songs went on the second album, which is We Defy Oblivion. So that worked for us.
Now, the one thing I have noticed as far as influence goes is Nine Inch Nails and his wife's band, How to Destroy Angels, and I noticed there's similarities in some cases, and it sounds really good. And the one thing we've talked about many times before is your vocals, Leslie. So, like, where do you draw your inspiration from initially?
For this particular album, actually, when I went into the studio to record the vocals, I literally imagined myself as Trent Reznor, and I sang the songs like I thought he would, because I felt like he had the power and the emotion that I wanted to convey. And I really pushed myself hard lyrically and vocally on this album, almost to the brink, I would say. I also thought of Al Jorgensen from Ministry when I was singing the songs, and just tried to put myself in his shoes and push myself. So, yeah, this is what we came up with.
And that's funny because the first Ministry song I ever heard was Psalm 69.
Nice.
Yeah. So I went out and bought the album, like a Newborn, I believe it's called. I'm not sure how they have it pronounced, but it just